How's it going, guys? It's Mastermind Investor here. I'm back with another video. It's been a little while. I've been really busy, but I'm finally managing to get back to it. This is a video long time coming. One of my subscribers, I can't remember the name, I'm not going to pull it up right now, but if you look back on my other videos, someone asked me to do a little video on my opinion for Platinum and Palladium. Being that this is my opinion, I'm by no means an expert in Platinum nor Palladium. This is just an opinion. I've done a few months research. I do not own any of it physically, but after the research I've done, it's something I'm going to consider. So thought I'd do this quick video to answer that question, just to give you guys some quick pointers on the metals, what they are basically, where they come from. What just because we all know gold, we all know silver, they're common, but a lot of people don't really know about Platinum and Palladium. And if you don't, this is a quick opportunity to learn from someone at a basic level like me. I know it on a basic level, and I'll try to just put this as simply as possible. So basically, let's start with the 5 things you need to know about Platinum and Palladium, in my opinion. They're all kind of repetitions of each other, but it's important. So first thing is they're both precious metals. So if this is completely new to you, you've never heard of these two metals, these are both precious metals, just like gold, and they're extremely rare. They're considered somewhat of a higher risk investment as opposed to gold and silver because they tend to be more volatile, as if you can just peek at these charts while I'm talking. They can work in your favor because in short term, I think they're a much more interesting investment for the short term. You know, to buy within 6 months to a year, they tend to make quite interesting rises and falls. Sometimes Palladium, it's common for Platinum, it's common for Platinum to move up 15, 20, $25 sometimes in a day, up or down, sometimes 50. I've seen huge moves in days, and it's wild, up, down, up, down, up, down. And money can be made. I wouldn't recommend, if you had one metal to choose to put all your money into, I probably wouldn't choose this. I'd probably go with a long-term investment in silver if you have more money at hand, gold. But interesting nonetheless as a side addition to your portfolio, let's say. Anyway, before we get too far off track, so they're a little riskier than gold and silver. They're both precious metals, however. Palladium being the cheaper of the two. You see Palladium somewhere up here on the 800 mark, and Platinum somewhere between the 14 and 1500 mark. So Platinum's actually more expensive than gold, and Palladium's still under it. Secondly, they're both number 2 on this list is they're both mined from the same locations, more or less. They're both mined primarily from Russia, which is up here in South America. The rest of it comes basically from, it's the US and Canada, but such small amounts. 85% of the platinum comes from Russia and South America, and there's a remaining percentages comes from the US and from Canada, and then there's some very, very, very small percentage coming from a few assorted countries, but most of it's coming from Russia and South America, so it's a lot more easy to follow. It's not so much as, hey, what's the world doing with gold today? Russia holds basically one of the largest stockpiles of platinum, so you can kind of judge the market based on that, which recently has been interesting. I'll get to that in a second, but anyway, number 3 is that point, which is the upside potential is actually quite high for these. It can move up a lot faster, a lot higher than gold and silver do, but it can also crash a lot faster. Now, right now, as we sit in 2014, May 2014, I would think it's an interesting investment. The reason is there's a lot of tension right now going on with the Ukraine around Russia and their economy and the sanctions placed on them, which may affect their ability to sell and put this platinum to the market, which may create a shortage, being that they're one of the largest producers of it. So it could be really interesting, and they've been the stockpiles for Russia have been dwindling because they've had such low production this past year that they've been trying to offset the drop in the market by basically selling off stockpiles to keep the prices steady, otherwise they would just crash. So they've been doing that for a while now, and rumors have it they're running kind of low, so this could all blow up, especially with the big sanctions that are being placed on them right now. It could affect certain trade. They may just refuse to sell it outside of the country. Who knows? That's why it's a toss-up. That's why it's so volatile. It's considered a more volatile investment. Number 4 on here is the investment grade platinum and palladium bullion are quite rare. Yeah, so they're quite rare because there's very, very limited supply. In bullion form, There's very, very, very little in bullion form. Um, like gold is used primarily in jewelry, and that's why there's less in bullion form. But there's a lot, definitely a lot more in this. But primary use of gold is jewelry. We know the primary use of silver is industrial. The primary use of platinum and palladium is basically for cars, for motor equipment. It's used in the catalytic converters. It has certain filtering properties that allows them to filter out your exhaust fumes before it enters the air. Something about palladium having some type of ability to hold or release hydrogen. It's I'm not gonna get into it in this video because it's a whole nother deal. But yeah, it has basically the primary use of these metals is in your catalytic converters in your cars, bikes, scooters, whatever. And obviously, you figure 7 billion people in the world, there's a lot of motor vehicles, and that's where most of it goes. The few bars that are actually made are beautiful, and they're rare. You can buy them anywhere. You can usually buy gold and silver. They're just a lot less common, and they usually carry pretty nice premiums. But then again, you're owning like there's not even close to the amount of gold bars as there is in platinum. It's much, 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 much rarer in bullion form, and honestly, it's much rarer just in the earth itself. There's two main mines, well, two main mining countries, as opposed to gold, which can be mined in various countries, which means that at any given time, 85% of the supply of platinum and about 75% of palladium can literally be altered by any type of political or you know, affairs going on in either of those countries. It's very volatile. I wouldn't be surprised for one big event to happen and you see platinum shoot up $200 in a day, only to have it crash down the next 3 days. It's that kind of volatility. Usually it doesn't. Usually it moves around $10, $15 a day for platinum. Palladium is interesting. Palladium moves for the price it's at about $800. It moves a lot up and down. Definitely a lot more. When you're tracking silver and gold, which we're more used to, all of us, you see more steady increases and decreases. Palladium and platinum is like just throw your books in the air and watch it fly up and down. It's not very easily trackable, and if you're looking at these graphs right here, you can see platinum and palladium. Palladium is definitely more of a like you can see here, right up, right down, and it's up, down, up, down, up, down, up and down in much more prominent ways. Gold and silver tends to be a lot smoother on its way up. So that shows you the volatility right here. Platinum a little smoother, but still has the same peaks, just a little muffled compared to this. But anyway, so the fifth thing is, yeah, what I kind of touched upon already, which is platinum is one of the rarest forms of investment bullion, and there's just a lot less of it available, like I said, and it's an expensive metal. It's more expensive than gold, carries a higher premium than gold bars. My only advice to you if you're buying platinum is make sure this isn't the kind of thing you want to buy from an eBay like flash deal sale thing. Just don't do it. If you want to buy from a Silver Gold Bull or AppMax or a local shop that is credible, I would highly recommend that. And be very careful and just make sure you can also liquidate it if ever the case. Don't be buying a crap ton of platinum and palladium if there's nowhere in the area that you can sell it, because it does not sell on places like Kijiji or eBay as well or as easily or as fast as silver and gold do. So keep that in mind. If you do have a local shop nearby, that's nice. They usually will buy it. They usually have no problem, and that's good if you ever need to liquidate those assets. You don't want to have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, $100,000 in these metals, and you can't get rid of them when you need to, especially if it's an emergency. So that's why I say keep this as kind of a little side project in your portfolio. Like if you got majority in gold and silver, take a little chunk, play with some palladium, play with some platinum. It's fun. It moves a lot faster than silver and gold, up and down. It's interesting. You may lose, you may win, but it's an interesting way to play with metals. Personally, I think this is the year to do it if you want to do it. If you look at these graphs, especially in platinum, we're kind of at a dip right now. We're looking at all the other dips. We usually come back up at some point, whether it's just a little bit or whatever. Coming down from a dip, up, dip, up, dip. We're at this dip right now. So it'll probably raise close to that, maybe higher. Who knows? It would be a nice time to buy. Don't just go by the graphs, obviously, but I think it's a big moving year for both these metals, honestly. And it would be a great time to experiment with it, even if it's just to buy a couple bars of each. More than enough. They also make coins, believe it or not. There's Canadian Maple Leaf coins, I believe, of platinum. Not sure if there are of palladium. There probably are. So there's all kinds of options for you to buy. Just do your research. This was just a very light skimmed video. Very light information. I could go more into depth with it. I may in the future, individually, not together. See the kind of response I get to these videos if you guys want to hear more about it, because there's a lot more to talk about it. But yeah, that's basically it. So to recap, platinum, palladium, both mined in primarily Russia, South America, both used in catalytic converters. That's their main primary use. Bullion form is much rarer than almost any other bullion available. Oh, quick fun fact is platinum is actually harder than pure iron. So it's actually quite a hard metal. It's quite a tough metal. It's not like gold. It's very soft. It's a very strong metal, and it's quite incredible actually. Something that you don't have to worry about it chipping and hitting against each other, or you're playing with it with like your gold, you're holding your hand, they get all kind of dense. I've seen people bend their gold bars accidentally, which is, I don't know how that happens, but apparently it happens. This you don't have to worry about that. It's quite dense, it's quite heavy, and it's quite hard. Yeah, so there's that. Again, it's a great year to start. It's a great year to try it out. Do your research. That's all I can't stress enough. Do your research, do your research, do your research. This is not gold and silver. You have to relearn all this information. It's a whole different market, and you really have to learn. I personally will probably be getting into it maybe the next few months, or maybe closer to the end of the year. It all depends on different financial things. I'm still buying gold and silver heavily right now, so we'll see. If I do, I'll definitely put up a video, because I think it'll be really interesting. I don't see too many people talking about palladium and platinum, and I may make that a little more of a focus in this channel. I'm trying to make myself a little more of an information center for these metals, because no one else seems to talk about them too much. But yeah, so that's where we stand. Just another quick video, skimmed over it. If you guys want to hear anything else about these metals specifically, please ask the questions. I'll take notes, I'll write it down, and I'll try to answer all of your questions in a video. I'll try to explain the best I can. And let me know what you think of these computer videos instead of just filming on a table. Might do this once in a while. Adds a nice little dynamic. And yeah, that's it for now, guys. Make sure to like and comment and let me know what you think. And don't forget to subscribe, share the video, whatever you gotta do. It really motivates me to make more videos. So thanks for watching again. I can't stress that enough. You guys are great so far. I'm really enjoying the experience of making these videos. And I will see you guys soon. Thanks for watching.